Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Death's Hangover. So, in the last episode, mostly spent our time trying to defeat Death in this alternate ending path. I assume this is the bad ending where you have to fight Death and defeat him. Either that or just give up and make a new game. There really isn't any other choice. You from the main menu, if you exit back to the main menu, you can either continue a new game, and if you can't beat this level, which I was struggling with, it's just going to have you retry over and over again. And honestly, I felt like while I was playing it off screen, because I felt like it wasn't really necessary just to show me struggle with it over and over again, I was really starting to question whether I'd ever get it done, and that I was thinking that we would just get to this point where I would just rage quit the game, even though I'm pretty sure there's quite a lot of content still to be seen. However, the good news is I was able to play, and honestly, this was over the course of like 5 minutes really of gameplay, but I was able to get lucky, frankly. I was able to collect a soul, and when I died the first time, I used the soul to get a power-up and an extra life, and I got the bomb power-up. And the bomb, if you explode it, has a very high area of effect, not the entire map or floor, but a big chunk of it, about half of it. And so I was able to fight Death and just activate the bomb, and the activating of the bomb was a one-hit kill on Death. So we are paused right now as the animation is playing out for Death dying. So let's continue. We're getting sucked in by Death. The ball is, the paddle is. And so there you have Death and the two girls, or two warrior souls and girls things. You idiots, you broke my hourglass. It definitely felt like breaking the hourglass was the move to defeat Death. Otherwise you're just going to constantly see him refill his health. So now we're probably going to have a time rewind ability. Probably not ability, but a storyline, in that we'll go back and do the level a second time. You're just upset we beat you, Death. You two morons, you have no idea. We'll be stuck in this time loop forever. Poop. The end, question mark. Apparently we just get destroyed. What happened? I feel really sick. Interesting, so this may just be the beginning of the story now, being reset. What the heck? Damn you, Dracula. This is the intro that you would have seen at the beginning of the game. I've summoned you two to do a little job for me. So here is what the two warrior spirits looked like originally. They were male. It's an odd subplot here, that you can take it for meaning nothing and just being a dumb joke. Haha, you're putting male souls into female bodies, or you could take it more as a interesting twist on a tale, in that you have these souls effectively becoming transgendered, whether they meant to or not. Can I really trust these bozos? As they entered Dracula's castle, this is a great example of just like the cussing really being a problem. So now we're back to the menu, and like how to play stuff is probably no different now. There's a lot of stuff going on in this game, certainly, that just probably don't need to be there for as short as the game kind of is. It could have been a easier experience. So I'm going to select one player, and I'm pretty sure We did story mode before. Or didn't we? Did we do arcade mode? See, it seems to me like we still have all of our progress in arcade mode, and we could enter certain spots to continue to make progress. Alright. I wonder if arcade mode inherently means that you are skipping the story, where story mode may just be including the story. Well, it seems to me like story mode makes you start at the beginning each time. So maybe there is a reason to play story mode. It's weird. Let's check what Death's Castle is while we're here. This just straight up lets you create levels and play levels and look at memories, which, oh, there's entire memories here. So if we were going to play a level, I guess we have example 1 here. So the objective says, sorry for the mouse. Master doesn't like cleaning. Press any button. Alright. Master's being bats from the castle. He's going to be so angry. Yeah, it's so easy in these levels though to straight up just take a hit and die just because of the enemies. And this is just something that really wasn't ever a case in Arkanoid, is that you have enemies flying towards you, so this is definitely different, something different. Although this is weird in that the example levels here are really just levels we've already seen, so they didn't even really bother, if this is supposed to be new content, to offer even a single new level, which I find that lackluster. So there we have a bomb, and we'll pretty much just keep the bomb. We stole these moving blocks from Dracula. Master, so smart. So if I hit the bomb button there, that will blow up a significant amount of bats. There's only one way out, TV. I don't know if we're supposed to be hitting bricks to eventually break this, or if there's supposed to be a switch somewhere that you're supposed to find. Ah, you have to actually bomb your way through it. There's a game over. So what would you have to do to unlock a memory? I wonder. Since the game is really not telling you that. How difficult would it be to make a level? Welcome to the Master's Castle. Here you can hone your skills in areas of your own deadly designs. Yeah, I imagine that you probably can do quite a lot here, but probably not as much as might actually care about. Seems like there's several items you can put down that would have an object in it, and then seems like you can just do that for every room. Now weirdly, I would think you could probably place more than bats, but apparently not. Seems like this is almost exclusively a bat centric design. Yeah. You can edit the text at the beginning, I guess, and maybe erase some things. It's not really enough here to be particularly interesting, and it's not even really the entirety of what you would have in the regular design. So this would be just like your ultimate easy levels to just move forward. Yeah. I would expect a little bit more, but weirdly you are in that catch-22 where there's already too much as far as power-ups and items and characters. There's quite a lot of work that's been put into what is effectively just an Arkanoid clone, and it's going to always just be compared to an Arkanoid clone. And raising the bar on a niche game isn't, while it may make you stand out somewhere, it's not going to bring a massive new audience to your game. And inherently, somebody like Nintendo could come in and eat your lunch on a game like this very easily, where they can just throw Mario in it and spend a little bit more of time and money on the development of an Arkanoid clone. I'm pretty sure there is a Mario Arkanoid clone that would have been an old Game Boy game or something like that. So there's finishing an entire level, and finishing an entire level does not unlock a memory. Interesting. Download levels, clicking that with a controller is not doing anything at all. So I assume that's probably trying to pop up like a Steam overlay interface. What would two players really look like? It does seem like two players would just take turns. No, two players are straight up in co-op. That's intriguing. Certainly. I'm alive again. Time to fight evil. I wonder why death chose these bodies again. Let's see. So, you can straight up just in co-op play this, which means you probably cheat pretty well in co-op with just one player. You could just hit this and then with your other hand try and just keep the ball in play until you've cleared the gate. And if you straight up got glue, then you wouldn't even have to do anything. Would you? And see if you needed to to collect every single soul, I feel like the co-op just works perfectly for you. Plus, I don't think your second player can really take any damage. We should experiment with this but not take this any further, because this would just be effectively cheating, and if I'm going to cheat, I might as well just do it off screen. Oh man, it's just really difficult to get the angles right and the timing right still on this stuff. And easy to die, easy to get stuck. I just got an achievement, so either that was a soul I hadn't collected before, immediately launched it. How many balls can we get through the exit gate is, I guess, the question. And I launched the balls here when really I could have opted to hold on to them and see if we could fight. Okay, so in this you could just do this over and over again and totally cheat. I guess maybe there's a case where if you totally cheated, though, you might leave your first player vulnerable. And that's like the only hint in the entire game is at the very beginning there. So, weirdly, it seems like there was only one soul in that level. So it seems to me like the goal is probably going to force you to play through a time loop multiple times. And I guess we want to play story mode, even if it is just going to be repeated story mode stuff. And I guess we really want to play here. I'm alive again, time to fight evil. So the time loop here seems to be written in such a way that it works for each time loop. This is new. Death would have to start us in a prison. Still, no walls can hold a ghoul, a ghoul warrior, or a ghoul warrior like me. Interesting. So, we're now having a walking section here, in an actual story. And I guess this is how we get the backstory now. And Margaret, but how did you escape? You look different somehow. So we're actually going to talk to these prisoners. I can't just leave these villagers here, better set them free. Interesting, I can set some free but not others. Nothing about the skeleton on the wall. We have like a totally different game here. Now it says shoot for a B button, but all I'm doing is like pointing. Now, a mattress, a perfect weapon. You're such a genius, Andy. Ah. So now we're using our ball ability to break things, and you just have a completely different type of experience. Which that kind of sucks, because that inherently shows that had I just given up on that final boss fight, notice it says no escape on the wall, I really would have missed a ton of content here, and I knew there was content, but I wasn't expecting it to change this much. This definitely is not an Arkanoid clone. There's no sequence like this. That being said, I would also say this kind of content is really late to the party. You're like 3 hours into the gameplay, and with Steam's 2 hours no questions asked refund policy, I could see people leaning or thinking certainly about getting a refund before even seeing this content. And yeah. Weirdly, I wonder if we're going to do any Arkanoid gameplay. Is this Dracula? No, I don't think so. It's just a stupid bat. Execute all female villagers with effect immediately. Oh, even he refers to himself as the B word. Yeah, again, it's just the graphics and the style of gameplay you're seeing here does not make sense. Let's see, avoid. It says run. That's where is the exit to this place. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. You've got different loading screens. They spent extra time making these loading screens. So, like, I don't have any buttons that I know of to run. So I assume it's just going to be press right on the analog stick. So how do we want to do it? When it swings back? Yeah. And our friend Bob there was not damaged or killed by the swinging axe. And see, that was one of the screenshots was showing that, which is a little weird. That would be one of the screenshots when it's so late in the game. What took you so long? This hangover is killing me. I hope you're ready for this, boys. Seems like at some point we would probably go downward to even lower. So we have a mattress and we have bomb and the spike rooms. And so now we just have entire story content before you actually get into the game, which at a certain level I guess I can kind of understand the idea there to not well, I chose safety over collecting that power up. An entire run, you're probably only going to get like 500,000 or 5,000 points. We'll just wait. Be really careful not to speed up the ball. We have a scythe. I don't want to use the scythe, so unless it's wise to use the scythe, and I guess in this scenario it is wise to use the scythe. Just make sure we don't lose a heart, and let's see if we can finish the whole level in a good position. Yeah, 5 lives, 1 soul. That's a pretty good starting setup. So you kind of wish you could just get like a checkpoint at this point. That being said, there still seems to be like 2 souls missing. So I have no idea where those extra souls would be. Maybe those extra souls are only collectible perhaps during a 3rd playthrough after you beat Dracula. So inherently what we want to see, I guess, going forward is we want to see if we can get through these levels, get to the secret levels quickly, because it is going to be difficult to justify playing this a 3rd time or a 4th time. It is pretty obvious why the levels are so short and why there are so few floors per level, because obviously they intended you to play it over and over again. Although I do question the difficulty settings too. Like that seems kind of crazy to play this on the hardest difficulty. But yeah, I do think there's a danger here that the game is going to ask us to repeat a lot of content to get very little new content. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.